Okay, so I put out a tweet a little while ago, and wouldn't you know it, there's a typo right in there. And have you ever done that where you send a tweet and you're like, it's not that big of a deal. People still know what it says, but like it's still an obvious misspelling. Anyway, I put out a tweet after I had been receiving some people messaging me that GameStop was canceling people's Doom Eternal pre-orders, calling them up and letting them know that the game itself had been canceled. Something weird is going on with Doom Eternal right now on the Switch. I think most people recognize that because we haven't heard anything about it forever, and it's been out like almost this entire year now on all the other platforms. It's even going up for Game of the Year, right, as a nominee. So clearly it's been missing on the Switch for a while now, and we've assumed that there's something wrong with this game, maybe, or it really is just the development was so affected by everything that's been happening this year, and development's been really thrown off. That's kind of what I've been thinking this whole time, but it is very strange that now GameStop is doing this. And what I decided to do, because I had so many people messaging me saying that they had their GameStop calling them about this, I called one of my GameStops around me, and I just said, hey, am I able to pre-order Doom Eternal on the Switch? And they said, well, actually, what we were told is the game is canceled, or at least that's just what we've been told. Now, there are a few things to this, because I don't necessarily believe 100% that Doom Eternal is just canceled. I think there are other things that could be going on here. And after I put that tweet out and people started really talking about the situation, threads were made on forums and stuff. It's all over the place right now. People are trying to figure this out. Bethesda support comes in, offers no certain answer. They just say we haven't made a statement about it being canceled, nothing like that. We've also now had Best Buy and Amazon both remove listings for Doom Eternal Standard Edition on the Switch. Target is still up, but to see these two other online retailers pull their listings around the same time that GameStop started calling customers was a bit odd. But if we go over to Go Nintendo, they picked this up a bit and they talked about it, and I feel like they do have knowledge of this game being basically done, and I would kind of agree on that, because things that I've been hearing is that the game it has been moving along and that it is getting close for some sort of announcement on the Switch. But they say here, while I can't say specifics just yet, and I also can't say specifically who gave me info, I will say that I have 99.9% reason to believe that Doom Eternal on Switch is alive and well. All I can say is that my reason for believing the game isn't canceled comes from an official source close to the project. If there's any truth to this news from GameStop at all, perhaps it's tied to physical release plans and not the game overall. And that is where I'm leaning. I did a follow-up tweet mentioning that just because GameStop is canceling orders for Doom Eternal and even saying over the phone, hey, it's canceled to our knowledge, that doesn't necessarily mean that the game is just like cut, like it's not coming out. That could mean a few other things instead. It could mean that the game is not going to see a physical release, and that's very possible. If it is this late in the game, is it worth it for them to release a physical cartridge for this game rather than just put it out digitally? And here's the other part. The SKU or the stock keeping unit that GameStop has right now might just be out of date, and they're like, hey, that's not what's going to come out anymore. Because I mentioned before that they could do a Doom Eternal with some of the DLC attached. Maybe they call it something completely different, and they're canceling pre-orders now as they kind of wait and see what's going to happen here. But generally, what's really weird about that is usually GameStop will just leave these pre-orders in their system and just never mention it. It's very odd to me that they are calling people up and saying, hey, yeah, this game isn't going to be coming out here, so you need to come either pick up a refund or move the pre-order to something else. Now, I did have another possibility brought up in the thread on Twitter. I saw some people mention this, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I think it would be very odd for Bethesda to try it because they had Doom 2016 running on the Switch, but that has to do with them maybe doing a cloud streaming alternative for Doom Eternal, where we just saw Control as an example that released and you just stream it, or maybe like how Hitman is going to do the same thing next year. Would they do that with Doom Eternal? I kind of feel like they wouldn't, because they've been working on it this whole time, and I don't think Panic Button has been working on it this whole time just to stream it. That would be a colossal waste, I would say, for Bethesda to have Panic Button do that this entire time. Panic Button generally tries to make the impossible port a reality. So Doom Eternal, which I will say at times I was playing that game on the Xbox One X, and I was like, wow, this is going to run on the Switch. This is going to be very impressive when it shows up. And then here we are like half a year, no, more than that, like 8 months later or something, and it's still not out. But let me know what you guys think about this. Also, if you want to check for yourself, you can call your local GameStop and ask them if you can pre-order Doom Eternal and see what on the Switch and see what they say. I wanted to put this out now because Newswave is pretty much wrapped up now, getting edited. It's not going to be in Newswave tomorrow then, and that means that I wouldn't even be talking about it till Monday next week. And there's a chance, I will say, if GameStop is finding out about this information now, there's a chance that there could be some sort of announcement either tomorrow over the weekend or something. So keep an eye out for info on Doom Eternal with the Switch, because I do think an announcement is coming, and then we'll get our answer. What exactly is going on here? Because this is some strange stuff right now with this game. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.